expect of us, manage their taxes well, cut down on expenditure, reduce on borrowing.
Meanwhile, President Ruto has urged Kenyans to enlist onto TVET programs to enhance their skills. The president was speaking at the centenary celebration at Nyeri National Polytechnic.
You can bet that that particular directive by the president is going to affect a series of parastatals, as we will be seeing as we sample what stories have been making headlines as captured by the various dailies here. Is that 140 sagas and parastatals are set to be closed if they continue making losses, and that means job losses there. We'll be unpacking that as we proceed. Now, police in Murang'a are investigating an incident where 2 people were allegedly murdered in cold blood by a suspected serial killer. According to the residents, the suspect, who is an ex-convict, had served 7 years in prison for murder-related cases. The residents, who say they are living in fear, have called on the security apparatus to assure them of their security after the suspect allegedly vowed to kill more people in the area. The serial killer is at large.
Residents of Chui village in Gitugi ward, Mathia constituency, Murang'a County, are living in fear after a serial killer allegedly hacked 2 men to death. Lillian Kamau, the mother to one of the men killed by the serial killer, could not bear the loss.
Amekatwa vile uwezi kujua ni nani. Kichwa yote na hapa unaona kichwa huko.
Na huzuni mwingi bila huyu ndugu yangu ndiye tulikuwa tunasaidiana.
Residents say the suspect, who is an ex-convict, had served 7 years in prison for murdering Kezia Muthoni and Joseph Geita.
Kwa serikali tunaomba tupewe haki ya hawa vijana wetu. Juu walikuwa vijana wanajitolea makazi yao, hawakuwa na uchokozi na mtu, hawakuwa na ubaya na mtu. Sasa tunashindwa kwa nini hiyo kitendo ilifanyika.
Tension is high in the village after the suspect threatened to kill more people, with investigations ongoing to establish the motive behind his actions.
Anasemekana kuna watu wengine alikuwa ametaja. Sasa sijui kama ameridhika na hao ama anaweza rudi achukue hao wengine.
Sasa tunaomba serikali ikuje haraka ituondolee huyu mtu hapa. Kwa kijiji watu wanahofu bila hawajui nani mwingine atakuja kuendea hiyo mambo.
The serial killer is still on the loose.
In my opinion, that is a community that has been betrayed by the justice system, because if he served 7 years for having murdered 2 people, I don't think that was a just sentencing, and it should be looked into. In the meantime, if you have any information that may lead to his arrest before he takes another life, kindly get in touch with the security apparatus down in Murang'a. Disruptions in the healthcare sector might be heading to the worst, with the Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers becoming the latest health workers union to issue a strike notice. The medical laboratory officers want all interns who served under the Universal Health Coverage Program confirmed, among other demands. The Kenyan Union of Clinical Officers has already issued a 1-week strike notice commencing Monday, while doctors' strike enters the 14th day.
Doctors in Nakuru County talked to the county government to meet their demands as the national doctor strike entered day 13 Tuesday.
The national government and the county government of Nakuru County, we have a shortage of doctors. Unless you employ more doctors as per the CBA, as per the WHO, we are not going back to work.
Similar scenes were witnessed in Meru County, where doctors vowed not to go back to work until the government fully implements their collective bargaining agreement.
A majority of these people are doctors, and majority of them, they are doctors who have just cleared school, but they are languishing in poverty at home because the Ministry of Health has not posted them to do internship.
And matters in the healthcare sector are not getting any better, with the Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers joining their clinical officers' peers in issuing a one-week strike notice.
Submitted a recognition agreement request in 2021. Today is 2024. We did a follow-up letter last year, July 13th, to the ministry, and to date it's unfortunate that they have never responded back.
We continue keeping tabs on that particular situation. Now, Lamu County government misappropriated 108 million shillings. This is according to the Senate Public Accounts Committee probing the usage of the funds in the financial year 2020-2021, which is unaccounted for in the Auditor General's report. The current governor, Issa Timami, was hard-pressed to explain how the funds were utilized. Here are the details of the probe and the happenings within the precincts of Parliament.
Yes, Chair. I think it is strange that we are not able to provide that.
So it draws us to the conclusion that money was collected and stolen by county officers, because in the absence of that schedule, then we cannot confirm that the 108 million was a true reflection of what was collected.
In his defense, Lamu Governor Issa Timami told the committee the loss of the 108 million shillings in on-source revenue happened before his tenure in office.
So I think to that extent, Governor, I must reprimand your officers for not providing, that supporting documentation. But you seem to be aware that there were two officers?
There were two members of staff involved. One was a lady and another was a man, and they were on contract. What I can confirm is right now they are no longer in service.
The Auditor General in his report said the circumstances, accuracy, completeness and propriety of the funds could not be confirmed. It further emerged two county officers who were fired for alleged theft of two receipts books from the devolved unit. Meanwhile, the Teachers Service Commission CEO Nancy Masharia was before the Senate Committee on Trade, where she revealed plans to meet the Teachers Union NAT following an uproar over proposed amendments to the Teachers Service Commission Act of 2012.
We are still engaging the stakeholders. We have actually invited all the unions again after we started.
Masharia dismissed claims the proposals are meant to punish teachers.
Civil servants occupying government houses will soon have to dig deeper into their pockets after the state announced plans to increase rent to the housing units located in various parts of the country. Housing and Urban Planning Principal Secretary Charles Hinga, while appearing before the National Assembly Public Accounts Committee, said his office had written to the National Treasury to allow them to increase the rent as per the last review was done in 2001, which is 23 years ago. Hinga said they need more rental income for the refurbishment owing to wear and tear over the years. Now to the corridors of justice. A 221 million shillings fraud case against Trans Nzoia Senator Alan Chesang and 6 others adjourned prematurely after the senator failed to turn up for the afternoon session during the hearing of his case. Chesang, who attended the morning session virtually from abroad, could not be reached in the afternoon, forcing Nairobi Chief Magistrate Lucas Oinya to suspend the sittings to June. Meanwhile, a warrant of arrest has been issued against business tycoon Yogesh Devani for failing to honor court summons. More details in the Scales of Justice segment with Ruth and Michael Mondiga.
The senator has from Monday been attending court virtually after his lawyer said he was in Switzerland for parliamentary business. His absence during the afternoon sitting did not augur well with the prosecution, who demanded he appears in court physically.
And identification parades for another day, so that we will have moved forward and taken care of all the other interests.
The court directed the hearing to continue from 4th to 7th of June 2024 and the senator be physically present. Senator Chesang is accused of allegedly producing a fake purchase order worth 210 million shillings, purporting it to be from proprietor of McKinsey Motors Limited. Elsewhere, a warrant of arrest has been issued against business tycoon Yogesh Devani after he failed to appear in court in a 1.5 billion shillings fraud case.
Say that decidedly there has to be a fair trial and no miscarriage of justice, and under no circumstances prejudice should be caused to the accused person.
The prosecution told Senior Principal Magistrate Robinson Ondiek Devani is accused of using his company Triton to defraud Kenya Commercial Bank Oil worth 1.5 billion shillings. Finally, 3 businessmen have denied conspiring to defraud an Asian investor 60 million shillings to supply laptops. They were released on a bond of 3 million shillings each with a surety.
That this be subject to photographs of the same being taken in case they are required in evidence.
From the courts to matters business, where about 194,000 affordable smartphone devices have been assembled in Kenya since the official start of production in October last year. Information, Communication and the Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo says the affordable smartphone production is part of a wider plan to expand the range of smart devices and electronics to be made at the Konza Technopolis.
Projects such as the Jitume Digital Program, launch of Wi-Fi hotspots, and at least 1,450 innovation hubs are part of Kenya's digitization efforts. Kenya joined the League of Smartphone Producers in October last year. The plan is to deepen digital transformation in Kenya by expanding the local production of smartphones at the Konza Technopolis.
Moving forward, apart from telephones, we will ensure that we embark on manufacture of both computer hardware and computer software right here in Kenya. And we have already put in place the requisite infrastructure within our Konza Technopolis.
Already, affordable smartphones are being manufactured at the East Africa Device Assembly Kenya Limited, a joint venture of local mobile network operators and international device manufacturers.
Create an enabling environment for the private sector to come in and invest in these spaces.
He was speaking during the launch of the University of Nairobi's new ICT initiatives, where he emphasized the need to tailor some courses to job opportunities online.
I want to appeal to the University, Bwana Vice Chancellor, to find ways and means, and we are able to support you. We are ready and available to support you, to ensure that on the digital platforms and systems that you have established here, the students of this great institution can also become earners within those digital platforms.
These innovations that we are launching today, this platform we're running today, whatever challenges that you have, we will be there to improve them so that we get to the next level.
Only 20% of businesses have registered the electronic tax invoice management system days before the lapse of the deadline on the 31st of this month. The Kenya Revenue Authority is urging all business owners to ensure they integrate their invoicing with e-teams in order to minimize the risk of tax invoice disputes. Of the 915,000 businesses targeted, only 190,000 have so far complied.
And we have a simplified solution that can be accessed on USSD, that is *222#, and on that you are able to actually get a menu for KRA, which is KRA payments number 5, and once you select that, then you're able to register for e-teams and you're able to issue your invoices instantly. e-teams is not a tax, it's just a software for invoicing and receipting, where we are just adopting technology to be able to use in form of generating our receipts.
And the fact that we are talking about the 31st March deadline does not mean that it is the end of onboarding. The only thing is that we need all taxpayers to be on board so that they can support each other when it comes to accounting for expenses, especially when they purchase from each other in their income tax return when it comes to determination of their tax liability.
Still on business, about 782 small and medium entrepreneurs have been trained and offered financing under the Tony Elumelu Foundation to help them grow their businesses. United African Bank Managing Director Mary Mulili is urging women to apply for seed capital grant at the 3,000 slots offered across Africa to women entrepreneurs.
pressure, pneumonia, ambulatory surgery.
The knowledge that they've tapped through this program is very rich, even from where we sit as a bank. One, they are entrepreneurs and they have knowledge on how to run businesses.
So going through the program helped me understand the business from a formation standpoint, number one, and secondly, how do I structure my partnerships.
Now to sports. Preparations for the highly anticipated third leg of the FIA World Rally Championship, the WRC Safari Rally Kenya, are close to completion, setting the stage for an electrifying showdown from the 28th of March to the 31st of March in Naivasha. The event, which marks its 71st staging in the country, will be officially flagged off by President William Ruto at the Kenyatta International Convention Center on Thursday before traversing the Rift Valley, spanning over several farms, ranches and conservancies around Lake Naivasha and Lake Elementaita. An impressive lineup of 29 entries featuring Thierry Neuville of Hyundai, Shell Mobi team currently leading the championship standings, and Adrian Formax of M Sport Ford aiming to score valuable championship points. Local fans will also have plenty to cheer for, with former Kenyan champion Carl Flash Tundu and Karan Patel leading the 8-man charge.
We've been blessed, a bit of rain, so hopefully it will keep the fresh down in Kedong, keep the dust down at Kasarani, the super special stage. It's going to be a great rally. My advice to the fans, please obey the marshals. Traffic, please, let's keep to our lanes, don't overlap. There will be traffic. It may take you an hour longer to get where you're going, but please obey traffic marshals, obey the traffic police. I highly advise people to get gumboots. I think it's going to be a bit wet. Get umbrellas, get some ponchos, prepare for a bit of wet weather.
Now, before we tell you why we actually scored against ourselves in a game between Kenya and Zimbabwe, let's look at the last batch of Team Kenya that have arrived home from Accra, Ghana, after finishing 10th at the 2024 Africa Games. The athletics team bagged 21 medals in the athletics competition and is the latest team to arrive home after boxing, handball, hockey and volleyball teams landed yesterday from Ghana. Kenya bagged a total of 37 medals in the quadrennial games, 8 gold, 8 silver and 21 bronze medals.
In boxing, Edwin Okongo defeated El Quaz Yassin of Morocco on a split points decision of 3-1 to win Kenya her first gold medal in the Africa Games for 17 years. Okongo plays for Kenya Defence Forces in the local boxing league championship. Martha Amina won a bronze medal after she lost to Nigeria's southpaw boxer Shukurat Karim on points in the semi-finals of the bantamweight clash. Kenya had sent a team of 4 boxers to the Continental Games, including Okongo, Amina Martha, welterweight Vincent Ocheng and heavyweight Peter Abuti.
To Olympic Davik, nimeona inawezekana, hakuna kiwezekani. Hata kwa my fellow colleagues boxers inawezekana. Ni kupush tu. Niliona mimi kivyangu niliona inawezekana kabisa.
Na asante sana pia kwa teammates kwa kunipush kwa zoezi na kwa coaches pia kwa kona walikuwa wanaangalia weaknesses za opponent na wanazitumia sana, wananiambia nazitumia kubox.
Tunashukuru tumeweza kupata medali ya dhahabu baada ya miaka 17 na tunanuia kupatia wachezaji wageni nafasi katika mashindano zijazo ili tuweze kuwa na timu ambayo itatuwakilisha kwa muda mrefu.
Meanwhile, the national volleyball team of Falme Strikers also arrived home last evening after bagging a silver medal at the quadrennial games. Wafalme bagged silver after losing by straight sets to Egypt in the final. The athletics team arrived home today from Ghana after finishing 4th in the athletics competition with 6 gold, 6 silver and 8 bronze medals. The gold medals came from Brian Komen in 1500 meters, Mary Mora in 800 meters, Emily Ngi in the walk race, Beatrice Chepkoech, steeplechase, Janet Chepngetich in the 10,000 meters, and Aaron Cheminingwa in 800 meters race. Kenya finished 10th overall with 21 medals, 8 gold, 8 silver and 21 bronze medals. Egypt topped the standings with 192 medals, followed by Nigeria with 121 medals.
Congratulations to our sportsmen and women there, and also we have a reason to congratulate our sportsmen, especially Harambee Stars. Why? Now, the Four Nations finals happened yesterday, and this was a game that was played between 6 p.m. between Zimbabwe and Kenya, where we won. That is, Kenya won, Harambee Stars scoring 3 goals against a solitary own goal to Zimbabwe, though. So we got a red card also from Richard Odada was handed a red card there, and Joseph Okumu scored for the opposing team, that is Zimbabwe. But nonetheless, Kenya emerged top in this Four Nations football tournament that was being showcased by KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner, using our various channels, including KBC Channel 1 and Y254. And this is also what is going to happen all the way from Thursday till we culminate WRC. You will not miss any aspect of the action that is going to be going down in Naivasha for the WRC. So do keep it KBC Channel 1 if you're not going to be making it down to WRC Naivasha, and if you are, kindly observe the traffic rules. We do not want to have more cases of fatalities and such during this special showpiece. I'm Regina Manyara. I leave in the capable hands of my colleagues to take you through the rest of the programming. Some of the stories that we're going to be keeping tabs on is on the ongoing doctor's strike that enters day 14 today, given that we have various various umbrella bodies representing medics across the country also joining in when it comes to matters of strike. Some of the demands seeming similar, the employment of interns, better pay and such. We'll be keeping tabs on that. And also, just a quick reminder, if you may have information that may lead to the arrest of the serial killer in Muranga, who was just released from prison and yesterday took the lives of 2, kindly get in touch with the relevant authorities. Have a good day ahead.